What's going on, y'all? Machiavelli Mills TV. Y'all hit that like button for me and hit the subscribe button. So, after last night's win, Colorado won last night against North Dakota State by a score of 31-26. After that win, man, it's a lot of questions on the table. One of the main questions is, will Colorado make a bowl game this season? And y'all, after I assessed their play last night, now I know it's only one game. This second game against Nebraska gonna tell me a lot about the team and where they are and how they come together. They have a lot of new players, so I know they have to get acclimated. I know they got to get their feet wet. But this second game gonna tell me something. I got to see some improvement on the defensive side of the football. I got to see them able to run the ball, too. Like, they can't run the ball at all. I got to see something. I got to see some life from them. But in my opinion, after that one game, I don't think they're going to make a bowl game, y'all. I think their record this year will be 5-7. I think they will win one more game than they won last year. And I'm not wishing against Prime and them. I don't want them to fail. I don't want them not to do well. Even though I've criticized the program and certain things that Prime and the players were doing last year, I criticized them for. I definitely did. You can find it on YouTube, right? And a lot of people hated what I was saying and was trashing me. But what I said came true. And what I said ultimately came back to bite them, right? But when I'm looking at their schedule, they play 5 ranked teams: Kansas State, Arizona, Utah, Kansas, Oklahoma State. Then they play some other teams that can play. They can give them some trouble. Again, I got them winning 5 games. But I think that's about it. When I watched the game last night, right? You brought in Warren Sapp, one of the best defensive linemen to ever grace the NFL. In NFL history. Like, Warren Sapp, all-time great. They brought him in to help them. Help them with their pass rush and all of that, right? Y'all, they had to blitz North Dakota State to get pressure on them. They had to blitz them. And this is North Dakota State now. Which, when I looked at that, I say, man, this might be a long season for them. This could possibly be a long season for them. Colorado needs dogs up front to challenge the Power 5 schools. And as y'all know, North Dakota State is a FCS school. They're not a Power 5 school. They don't play in these bowl games. Even though North Dakota State is a well-oiled machine, they are the elite of the FCS schools. A lot of individuals believe that there should be a divider between the FCS and the FBS programs, but more importantly, I'm not even looking at that. These other schools are going to play better than North Dakota State, I believe. The Power 5 schools are going to have different type of athletes. They're going to have a different type of coaching. They're going to have a different type of weight room regimen, etc. They're going to be bigger than the Colorado guys. And I think they're going to struggle, rushing the passer. I think they're going to struggle. Again, the defense did not look good. Now, I'm going to say this, though. I'm going to give them credit for this. In the second half, they only gave up 6 points, right? But they almost nearly gave up a Hail Mary at the end of the game because they didn't want to bat the pass down. They didn't want to bat the pass down, I almost gave up a Hail Mary. If they was in the end zone, it would have been trouble. But I see holes in the defense, and they have to get better defensively. They have to run the ball better, like I said before. And so when I'm looking at all of this, like, look, last night, and I wrote this down, they averaged 2 yards a carry for a total of 59 yards rushing. Like, them gaps in college, you can run through them at times. They couldn't run against North Dakota State, whose defense was not great at all. It wasn't. North Dakota State's defense wasn't elite. Travis Hunter and them was having their way. Jimmy Horn Jr. and them, Shador, slicing and dicing them boys up. And I know the run defense and the pass defense is different. But, yeah, I didn't think their defense was elite like that either. At any point, North Dakota State, they still can run. So that's why I say, I think it might be a long season for them. Now, we have a lot of football left. They can turn things around. Team can band together. Warren Sapp could galvanize that defensive line. I like the offensive line. The offensive line is a lot. I think they're much better, an improvement from last year. They're playing better. for sure, than last year's line. So I like the way the offensive line played. But yeah, I'm kind of worried about how they're gonna hold up against these Power 5 schools. And to be honest with y'all, man, if they go 5-7 this season, you will see the beginning of the fans in Boulder, Colorado, turning against Coach Prime. I can sense it. I can sense it. And that's why I remember when he left Jackson State. And a lot of the fans of Jackson State, they were hurt. Because anybody that has attended an HBCU like myself, we know we never get those, we never get these premier coaches. We never get these, a coach, a Hall of Fame coach to come to our level and play and coach HBCU football. We don't get nobody with the clout and cachet of a Coach Prime. And truthfully, Prime had to go to Jackson State because Jackson State was the only school that was going to give him a head coaching job, I believe, without the experience. And did he not have a degree at the time? Did he get a degree before he came or while he was there? He might have gotten one or something, but they wasn't going to give him. A lot of these other schools were not going to give him a head coaching job. Jackson State gave him the opportunity. But you know, a lot of the HBCU fans were hurt because we don't never get something good like Coach Prime, and if we do, we ain't gonna get it for a long time. I wasn't mad that Coach Prime left. I was upset at the way he left. Like, soon as they won the SWAC, he want to hurry up and hop on a plane to go to Colorado instead of hanging out and celebrating with your players. He ready to get up out of there so much. Him and Tracy Edmonds getting into an argument because he telling her, let's go, let's wrap it up, let's go. She like, hold on, wait a minute, right? Because he's so ready to get, and they go so ready to get to Colorado. And I know the argument was, he got to hurry up and get there to recruit. He got to recruit. Brother, Colorado wasn't going to go nowhere. They don't got nobody over there. They can't get nobody in the mountains to come over there and coach them up. They haven't been able to in years. They were going to wait day and night, morning, noon, whatever to get Prime there. So I wasn't buying that excuse of he got to hurry up and get there real quick. I wasn't trying to hit none of that, okay? They was going to wait for Prime however long they could. You know what I mean? But anyway, I remember when he left. I saw a lot of fans like, oh, you see how Colorado fans are embracing him? See the love he getting? These ain't even black folks that's showing him love in Boulder. Look how much they're embracing him. Look how much they're excited. And I say, man, listen, I hear y'all, but the moment he don't win them games, you're going to see the turn of a tide. You're going to see the change. The tide going to turn. I don't want it to, but you can sense it, okay? I believe if he don't get to a bowl game this year, he go 5-7. I believe them fans gonna start turning in Colorado. But I don't think Coach Prime will care though. I really don't. To be honest with y'all, I think Coach Prime's sole purpose of going to Colorado was not to make the school into a powerhouse, because I don't think he really has a chance to do that. I don't think he can get them kids to come into the mountains and really be playing in Colorado the same way he could at a USC. You know what I mean? I don't think he can do that at Colorado, right? But I don't think he cares. I think the reason he came was to put his son, Shedeur, to put his adoptive son, Travis Hunter, and he didn't adopt Travis Hunter. He just treat Travis Hunter like one of his sons. He came there to put them in position to be looked at and to be looked at as legitimate. Because unfortunately, and I hate this for Shedeur, although Shedeur was balling out at Jackson State, they were not going to take his numbers, his accolades, and his highlights serious until he played against top competition and put up similar numbers or even better. And he did that. He's done that. Travis Hunter has been elite as a receiver, and he's been very good as a cornerback as well at Colorado. I believe he's a much better receiver, though, in my opinion. And a lot of times they say we haven't been able to see Travis as a corner for real because he just plays so much on both ends. We can't really see him in his full capacity as a corner, but I believe he's a natural at receiver, a natural, right? I believe he went there to put his sons in position to have their stats and their highlights legitimized. And I hate to say that because I don't care if you can ball, HBCU level. Or Power 5, you can ball. But we know the scouts was not going to take Shedeur serious. And he giving Shiloh a chance to get looked at in a certain light. Now, I think Shiloh needs some work. I'm not rooting against the young man. I hope he makes it, but I think he needs some work. But he went there to put them in position to get drafted, and that's it. But I don't think they're going to make a bowl game at all.